Okay, should be live here. Hello, folks. I just have to set the stream category. Okay, I think we're set. This is wrong. Is GitHub still down? Can I get He just hang on. Let me read what Finn wrote. I want to make sure I actually understand the state of everything. This is all that's missing from NetHack 646. Okay. Wait, he didn't change the config. Change the encoder. All right, let me see what he has done. Okay, some obs fixes. Embeddings for roles. One hot should be equal to embedding. Wait, is that right? I'm gonna be working on some of Finn's NetHack stuff. General NetHack stuff. Rangers throw arrows instead of shooting them. Or eating. Hello, Liberty. Okay, so he's ablating off search. Oh, there's Finn. Contribute to it's all open source. Most new people start by like making an env or something. That's typically the easiest way to get a feel for it. And then they move on to fancier stuff from there. Yes, 5.0 is the current and release branch. So Finn, the first thing I'm seeing with this search 20 is x-axis here should be wall clock. The point of not using search more than anything is that it's very slow. Wall clock lower down? Okay, I'm getting to that. Running. So the run command, I could go either way on it. It's not super inefficient a lot of the time. He is sweeping depth. Correcting discounting is also fine. Well, actually, is it? Let me think about that. No, it's not. Mm, actually kind of tough to say, honestly. Finn, it is expected that it takes a few more steps to solve without search. Without a search 20. But it should still be faster. I would argue you could even potentially give it like S3 or something. But probably it's fine just on search. Content for free. The whole library is free and open source. Oh wait, here's the green line matches wall clock. Wait, the green one was discounting it? Oh, but it stops doing it if you discount it. So it's faster. So yeah, basically, and wait, where's the one with orange? No. The best line is env. Wait, it's green. Okay, so red. Interesting. Yeah, I've seen it backtrack for sure. Not used as soon as you discount it. I don't know whether it's proper or not, to be honest, Finn, but it's definitely using it too much. Arguably discounting it should be the correct thing. It's kind of difficult to say. But clearly it was overusing it. On the scale to longer runs, that's probably just learning rate or something, man, though. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Where's my where's the chart again? Do you have the chart of the perf by roles on the latest thing? Like, do you have like this chart for the latest PR? Oh wait. Yo Finn, this is bad, isn't it? Look at this. I didn't realize this has good score, very good score, but look at the depth. Is this a score config? Yeah. I bet, do you have multi-role depth? It's like I've been saying, the score thing is kind of troll. Haven't trained one. Oh, we definitely need that. Do you have, the previous one carried over? Do you have the depth config from previous so I can try it? Like, which depth config should I use? What am I working on? Currently, we're pulling in some of Finn's work on NetHack and seeing if we can push it a little bit. I just moved over and score training tanked. No, I think, did we repro? Oh yeah, it did tank. NetHack will be included. I don't think we retrained with your embedding stuff. Okay. I did pull in the embedding stuff, but I'm confused, Finn, because one hot is the same as embedding. Like, the way that an embedding works is it's just a lookup. And the way that a one hot works, because it's one hot, is you get one row lookup and everything else is 0. Like, that's literally how you can implement an embedding. Oops. Temporary stuff. Yeah, we'll get a quick run going here. We definitely want to get NetHack onto this. After broken internet. The whole internet's been broken today. Well, mine was earlier. With some really weird stuff. I think it might have just been GitHub, though. There was some sort of GitHub screwiness, right? This is a reasonable policy. How long is this? Okay, should be shorter. Looking forward to the NetHack runs. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Get multi-role evals. So Finn, I had some ideas for you. I'd kind of just like to chat about some of the NetHack stuff whenever you're available. I'm happy to do that on stream or off stream if you're more comfortable with that. I have a few ideas for things that we could do to figure out like what the agent isn't doing correctly. Join VC now. Sure. And let me know if you'd feel more comfortable doing that off stream, that's fine by me. If not though, I'll just hop in the VC. Hope that works. Hey Finn, how's it going? Good. You chill doing this on stream? Okay. Oh yeah. No. Just like you listen to me here. It's just I keep stream running. Cool. Yeah, Echo's gone. Cool. So I think basically we need to figure out what the agent can and cannot use. We need like to actually get an assessment of like specifically where it's failing. And I had an idea based on some of my earlier work, like on Neural MMO, that might work. So what if we just built, and I think this is so simple, you could literally just LLM this crap, but what if we just built like a test level it's not actually in NetHack, right? But just like a standalone test level, you just make like a basic room and stuff. Um, the actual actions and stuff don't need to work, but basically just have the agent walk into a room that has like some item or has something on the ground, and we can basically change what is there, and we can see whether the activations or actions change significantly in response to different items and things being available. Yeah. To be fair, we could also just very easily set. We don't have state sets with NetHack, do we? Somebody was working on that at some point. That sounds hard. I think there was an old thing in the Discord where somebody had that. Um, if the state's in one struct and there's nothing else, you can literally just like memset the struct, can't you? Okay, because that would be another thing. Then we wouldn't have to build a standalone. You could basically just like walk around in a level and like give yourself some stuff, right? And set up a scenario. Yeah, I've seen mini hack, but it isn't mini hack like super slow. Yeah, I wouldn't want to train on that. We just need to get a matched eval because I'm just trying to think like, if it sees a wand of digging and it just doesn't care, right? Or if it can see if it sees food ration, does it care a lot? It should. Um, I think we could probably figure out, because like stuff like, oh, it can shoot, it can throw the arrows, it can't shoot them. Like, this should be instantly solved in my mind, no? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I honestly think it's just obs diff, right? It's like the agent can't actually see correctly. But we need a way of figuring that out in a sort of automated way, because, I mean, it is pretty effective to just watch the agent play the game a bunch, but we would ideally have something more directed. I I think at least for this it would make sense. Now there's some higher level stuff that I honestly don't know what we're gonna do, because I tried a few times off stream the agents just rush down strategy. It doesn't work. Like, you just need to get very lucky if you're not gonna actually take the time to go and, like, you know, there are strategies that are almost mandatory. Like, you kind of need to do a little bit of price ID at the very least. You need to have an identify scroll, right? You need to be able to identify stuff. Should we not hear the other in conversation? I thought I fixed that. Say something, Finn? Oh, my bad. I unmuted the wrong channel.
Should we not hear the other in conversation?
You gotta tell me when I mess something up, alright?
Oh, my bad. I unmuted the wrong channel. Thanks for that, guys.
Okay, so, anyways.
Something up,
I think multi-role is very good.
Okay, so, anyways. I think multi-role is very good.
Oh. To not attack. Isn't that just conduct?
Yeah, you're just screwed. Oh. To not attack. Isn't that just conduct?
How to win with healer net hack. Quarterstaff net artifact. Training quarterstaffs. Claim the staff.
Quarterstaff quest artifact.
Against drain resistance and passive healing.
Training quarterstaffs. Claim the staff. Grants drain resistance and passive healing.
That's interesting. There's just a lot of stuff that you have to do. I don't know. I watch a fair number of NetHack runs.
There's just a lot of stuff that you have to do.
Typically, people that are trying to win, they take their early game very slow, and they really squeeze quite a lot out of stuff.
And typically, people that are trying to win, they take their early game very slow, and they really squeeze quite a lot of the stuff. You know, they'll really like price ID stuff.
Some people will just make a bunch of holy water. I see that pretty often,
is,
so that they can bless everything, and then they can have blessed identification.
Some people will just make a bunch of holy water. I see that pretty often, so that they can bless everything, and then they can have blessed identification, right?
I hear you. How the heck do you hear me? Okay, hang on, guys.
I hear you. How the heck do you hear me? Okay, hang on, guys. How about this? Does this work? Testing. Professional researcher, alright? Not a professional streamer. The streaming is for fun. Are we good? Serious echo now? What the heck? I hear you fine. Test. Let me check Twitch. This. Test. Well, now wait. Now I'm going to hear myself 3 times if I have the stream on. Wait, we are good now? Voice is different, but we're good. Is why. I don't understand how it's possible that they can't hear you. Only record. Isn't an option to only record Discord?
Okay, this one is me. This is the one that's me that's not janky, right? You can keep it as a separate channel. I don't see how you add a channel to OBS for an application. Can you do that? You can say whatever, Finn. I have it like temporarily. Hang on, can you add? Oh wait, you can add application audio capture. It's in beta. Uh, okay. Window is Discord. Test. Say something,
Testing.
Finn.
Hello. Can
Does this
people hear
work,
me?
guys?
Hello, world. We are hopefully back.
You should be able to hear us both now. That was good advice. Yeah. I didn't realize you could add. It actually says beta, so that you can add like an audio capture for just an application. Thanks, Jess.
So are we good now?
Yeah, we should be good.
Amazing. Very good. Cool.
Okay. I also have while we're
Where were
talking,
we?
I have this thing retraining on the box. By the way, it's probably the degradation. My guess is that there was a change with the way we do advantage, and there was also more importantly the async thing. So
Yeah, it looked like a norm got removed, was it?
yes, I removed the norm on advantage.
Yeah, so that probably just wants a resweep. Should be fine.
God damn it. Okay. Managed to get my finger stuck in the plastic cup, whatever. I'm trying to think what we should do with this next. So multi-roll is good. We definitely want depth sweeps on with like the latest thing on multi-roll.
Yep.
Score went up, so presumably depth will also go up once we're actually optimizing for it.
Yeah, I think depth will benefit more as well because pickaxes are a lot more common for like archaeologists and some of the other roles.
I would be
And they
very
already use
curious
them.
to see whether this means that if you get the agent to gnomish mines and it gets a pickaxe, if it will just start digging down.
Yeah, well, like archaeologist already does that for
Mhm.
score. So like
Right. But if the other ones
it
get
must
the
be like
pickaxe,
that.
will they then know to dig down since archaeologist knows to dig down?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen the other roles as well using the pickaxes.
Good. Okay, good. Um, some of the roles being awful is just expected. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, I should probably just play some games on healer and see what happens. I think I could probably
Yeah.
get deeper than 5, but
Yeah, probably. I think it's just like kiting and using your pet and things like this. I think it also throws knives as well or something like that.
there's a
It's
scalpel
pretty
that's
tough.
apparently pretty worthless.
Yeah.
Oh, and for the chat, this is Finn who's working on NetHack. He's interning with us this summer. He also built the drone env, and we're essentially just trying to figure out integration for NetHack and then what other experiments we can do to push it even more.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out. I definitely think we need some sort of like Is that what people call mech interp? If it is, sure, but just some sort of like viz, some sort of ability to test specific
Yeah.
sensitivity to items and things. Because things like the bow is like that's ridiculous, right? That it can't see something that basic. Do you know what it was? Is it like one specific item encoding or something? Like what was the thing that you added that made that learn instantly?
It was I don't know which of the three of these it was, but it was like a bit for you have a bow that you haven't wielded, and then like a bit for you like the bow you're wielding has correct ammo like in your inventory, and then there was a third one that I can't remember. But it was just like three flags for just like you have a bow and then you have ammo.
See,
Like
that leads
super
me to
simple.
suspect that the encoding that you have for items is really hard for them to learn or something, right? Because it should just be able
Yeah,
to see like bow, arrow, whatever. It's really
there
easy
is
because it's your starting item, right? It's not like, oh, you have to randomly get a bow and randomly get arrows and randomly equip both. Like, you start with it, right?
yeah, it's probably the entity encoder just like compressing everything down a bit
Have
too
you
much.
tried to
But
like see if that works if you just trained Ranger?
I haven't done Ranger only. I've tried pretty much every like combination of increasing model dims that you could think of, and none of them seem to help that much. They're
Would
all
it be
like,
useful if I just sanity checked your
mild.
encoding structure?
Yeah, that would be good. I
All
mean, the
right.
whole like CUDA is vibe CUDA, but
Yeah,
it
that's why I'm
works.
I'm a little sketched about looking at that code. Would you like to either explain or diagram or whatever the encoder structure at the very least? What at least like let's
I guess
diagram
I
what if
can.
you like what you think it is, and then we can also if it looks sane, then I guess we can try to debug it.
Yeah, let me grab. I got Claude to make a pretty nice little visual the other day. Let me grab that.
Also, did it help? Did it actually help telling the agent its role? We have that question in the chat. I would expect that it should just know immediately its role based on its starting inventory.
Um, I never actually tried not having the one hop.
I'd be shocked if it doesn't just
Maybe
like
yeah,
learn
maybe.
instantly because it's inventory. I guess it could help if it like forgets somehow later on, but yeah.
Yeah, it feels like a free win just having the one hop. But yeah, it might be worth testing.
Let's see if it does anything. I mean, I'm going to be ablating even like the neural MMO3 net now that we have the major bug fix to just delete all the biases and delete all the other crap that we have in there.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see how like if the architecture I'm using for this transfers. It does seem to work quite well.
Entity encoder
Um,
architectures generally work. It's just very obnoxious to make them fast.
yeah, yeah, like the 16 dim bottleneck into
Mhm.
128 max is pretty great for that. That was a good
Yeah,
find
yeah,
from
yeah.
you.
I really like that architecture. We have that on the website now for the minimal, like the little minimal env. Even a
Yeah.
problem as simple as this minimal env, I have it on the stream now. This does not solve without an entity encoder.
Okay, I've sent you Claude's look at the architecture, which is
Is this
correct.
private?
No.
Claude can
I
help, but
don't I don't
finding this page is not one of. Does that link resolve for you?
Oh, I may need to yeah, I'll need to give it to anyone with the link. Here we go. Copy.
Did you leave?
Second one should work.
We are training. We're training on NetHack now. We train lots of different models for question in chat.
Does that
I
second link
didn't say
work?
they were
Well, it's the
limited. I
same
said
link.
that they were narrow. Yes, this works.
Perfect.
What
Yeah,
on
so
earth is this?
it's basically just like a lot of entity encoders, and
This is
then
like
all
Claude vibe coding a mini website.
yeah. I think it's fun. I quite like the
Do
viz.
I want to click this button? Is this just HTML or is this some absolute disaster, I wonder?
Let me see what you've got
Oh
on stream.
jeez. Yeah, okay. This
Oh, I'm gonna
absolute
create reverb.
disaster. Mute the stream though. Alright.
Yeah, I've muted it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I never learned web dev for a reason. This is
auto ascend mean. This is their mean over classes?
no, so that is That's 7,000 mean is ours. Or yeah, auto ascend mean is 3,800. Their median though is like 5,300, and ours is what 4,500.
Okay.
So we absolutely smashed the mean, but we're not quite there on the median yet.
Okay. When did you get is 330K with async?
Yes, that will have been with async.
Okay.
I've done everything with async in the last
Oh, very
like a
good.
week or so.
Very good. Yeah, async is good. There is a little bit of a degradation, but in all of my tests, I've gotten soda with it, so it's worth using.
Yeah, it's done its job so far for me as well.
Mm-hmm. Lots of map glyphs. Back to int 16.
Yeah, so those
I assume
16s
that
I've
you've
tried
checked that we're
moving to
actually
32.
parsing int 16 correctly.
What do you mean by that?
I see map glyphs 21 by 79 are in int 16.
Well, I haven't checked that
Well,
in
because I never
like
added
forever.
int 16 support to anything, so I don't know if I merged it without noticing, but I'm hoping that it's actually seeing correctly, because that would explain a lot.
Yeah, I'll check that.
I would be surprised if you
That
get as
might
good
just be
results
engine
as you
side.
have without being able to see like something that important, but you never know. Are all pretty OP. 27 BL stats, 77 extras, 55 inventory glyphs, 55 x8 item state, and then
Yeah, so those are 55, but they're pointer nets, so it's like maximum 55. Otherwise, it's just like a no op for any empty slots.
So local crop, 9 by 9 egocentric, and that does something.
Yeah, that seemed to help a lot.
Okay.
I haven't changed the architecture much
I'm
in
not
a long
surprised that
time.
that helps. Yeah, I'm not surprised that helps. Global patches. Wait, you have like a weird, do you have like a non-overlapping patch encoder?
Yeah, that's it.
It's a conv.
Well, yeah, so each patch is like it's equivalent to like one conv like kernel, I guess.
But is it
Um,
separate per?
but yeah, it's like a conv, but there's
Ah,
no overlap
that's
between
so
like
funny. I was
patches.
just thinking that was literally like a type of layer that was used in some of the first CompNet architectures ever before it was dropped, because images, you want it to be shared. Yeah, you found out the thing here where like the actual where it is in the image matters, meaning that the conv prior, the thing that the conv gives you about locality is not perfect. Um,
Yeah, so the
mhm.
the important point as well is the global patches have like dx and dy from the player as well, so that helps.
Okay. There's probably some ablation we can do there, but cool.
Yeah.
Do you know how fast the net is, by the way, with like relative to the env?
Ooh, I haven't tested that in a long time. I think it was 30 to 40% encoder, but this was like several weeks ago.
Okay.
Probably
I'm
hasn't
just
moved much
wondering
since
if we
then.
can optimize the net and then just crank it even faster. Because with
Yeah, I
async
think
now you can get 2x sample reuse if your net's
um,
faster, right?
yeah, the env is definitely a bit slow, but
Mhm.
it's not like
But with async,
crazily slow.
it's no longer the case that it's not worth making your net faster, right? Because the env is
Yeah,
slower,
true.
because you can still crank more reuse on your data.
Yeah, I'll see if I can
Okay.
make it faster then.
Yeah. It's a useful little thing to look at least. Okay, inventory. Status. You get the character trigrams. Wait, that are hashed into
Yeah,
buckets?
yeah, those are funny.
That's sketchy as
Like I
hell.
remember when I implemented that, I got like plus 1,000 score just like immediately, and I was like, wait, that is like unbelievable for how simple it is. But the message encoding kind of just worked,
That's weird.
which is which was completely ridiculous.
Fill embedding 8 slots with level, fail percent, and return. Okay. 16 per slot. Why is roll 13 by 16?
Where are you looking?
Race is
Oh, I
5
see.
times 8 identity.
So that is
Oh, x16
what is
bits?
this?
Wait, huh? No.
This might be before I changed it to embedding, and that's like the one hots.
Okay. Zoom in a little
I'm
bit.
not sure why 13. But yeah, it's just like a, I don't know. I think it's a 16 dim and like embed for the role, and then 8 for race and
Mhm.
gender and alignment. Oh, I guess that's one for each role. Yeah, that makes sense. But like you only use one.
13 queries. Oh yeah, we didn't really talk about the way that you were doing the action decoding, did we?
I don't think so yet. Yeah, like
It
the
looked like
conditional
you had
action
a
tree
lot
stuff.
of heads.
Yeah, that is one of the things at the moment. So like you can get the most of the benefits of the conditional action tree stuff just by like, I guess, unrolling the tree. Like you just, instead of having this nested structure, you just have everything out flat and you just pick the heads you want.
Mhm.
And that way it is conditioned exactly how you'd want, but you get less parameter sharing, I guess. I think there is an edge case where like if you need slot and direction that isn't conditioned properly, as I have it set up now.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, that's another thing to look at.
See, so let me answer it. So CV, for actions, you do RL. That's a different objective entirely. That's the whole point. And number of parameters was this 3 by 512 plus the encoder, like couple mil parameters or something.
It's
Somewhere
4.
between a few 100,000 and a couple million. Patch. This is a lot of glyphs.
Yeah, it is a lot. And that's not helped by the randomized names either.
No. Well, and it's annoying because technically the randomized names even matter because you need to be able to know, like, oh, it's the same one.
Yeah. So for like when the engine doesn't give you the explicit ID when you,
Mhm.
I don't know, engrave a wand, then yeah, you kind of just need to remember. Or I guess you could just have some rule that IDs it for you.
But it
But
was
you'd need a
funny
lot
because
of them.
even when you gave it the true glyphs, it didn't get much better.
Yeah, that was weird. That was surprising.
Because I think that if you give me a build where everything is ID'd, the game becomes way easier. Right?
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if that changes with like the multi-role stuff now that it's seeing more items, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was definitely weird.
I mean, even knowing just Beatitude. Well, admittedly, you get Beatitude for free as long as you don't ditch your pet. It would still be a major convenience.
Yeah. I guess the main thing you'd want to ID early game are scrolls, and it doesn't really use scrolls that much.
Assuming it's not getting Beatitude from anywhere else, you need Beatitude, though. I'm trying to think what we do about all of these glyphs. Like, I suppose
I mean, you only see a subset of them in the early game, at least. That's like, I guess, the saving grace in some ways.
well, I know for sure that the encoding is going to be slow if we ever need to optimize that more, but people have used the weird like pixel encoder before. That seems kind of janky. And then wait, how are you conving? You're embedding each of these, so you have like width by height by 32, and then you have conv over that.
For what part of the network?
The initial
Oh, I
encoding for
see.
like the map.
It's equivalent to just a flatten and then MLP, just flatten into linear.
Wait,
I
it's
think
not a
that
conv?
is well that.
This
So
doesn't
it
look like
like
it. This 80 patches thing looks different.
I guess each patch is a flatten into a linear, and that's like one conv like kernel, I guess. Because that is exactly what it computes if I understand.
Oh, that's really weird. Hang on.
It's just like a really like sparse conv.
Well, it's not a con, first of all, because it's missing the fundamental thing of a con, which is shared weights. Formulation that
Yeah,
enables
I guess.
learning.
I guess.
CV, it's
That's
policy
fair.
gradients. You should check my intro guide to RL for that on X. But reinforcement learning, this is the mechanism by which you take actions, observe rewards, and get a gradient from that.
Yeah,
Very
as Will
close to
said,
Q
it's
learning.
exactly
Yes,
like
very
patches.
close to Q learning. Related but distinct. Ours is on policy, but close enough. Patches in a vision transformer, yeah. They're non-overlapping though, and it's weird.
I did try just like a big conv a while ago, and it didn't seem to help. But again,
No,
this
no,
was
no.
like
I don't think
a
it
month
should
ago.
necessarily be shared either. I'm trying to figure out what the correct thing is, though.
I see.
If I were going to mess with the architecture, right? Okay. If I were going to mess with the architecture and try something out, I would probably do like a very short, like small channel conv just for the level architecture. So without all the fancy glyph embeddings, just like to
Okay.
get the structure of the map and stuff. And I probably would
So
have
this is
like
like
a kind of like the SnakeNet, I'd have a very small shared conv and then quickly flatten it into the global features. And then I would probably do
right.
the entity encoder to all the items and mobs or whatever on the level. That's probably what I would do.
So like including positions.
Yeah, so I'd basically separate out the map layer. Actually, I wonder if you just
Yeah.
do terrain, like that terrain feature command, how many glyphs can there be?
What do you mean for terrain?
Mm-hmm. Isn't there a command that
I don't
just shows
know.
the terrain? It's just like
I don't know
pound
the
terrain, right?
commands. Is this like in the NetHack game? Like in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
game
yeah.
itself?
It's a NetHack. You've never used that?
Nope.
All right. Do I have it on here? Is this the right? Wait, what's packages NetHack? Did not install some.
Wait, are there different glyphs for all of the different types of wall as well? Surely not.
That's what I was wondering.
Like the tile map. That's funny. No way. There's 96 according to Claude, and it's got access to the engine.
Okay, so if I just walk around in here a little bit, right? The terrain can't command. Known map without monsters, objects, and traps. It does still show you a bunch of stuff. It has doors and fountains and things. Presumably we could prune it and just get like
Yeah.
a pretty small set just for terrain, and then entity encode the mobs and stuff. I wonder if that's better.
Yeah, that could work. You think?
I mean, I would have a feeling that with the global, I guess you do have dx dy with everything, which is pretty close, I'd say, to correct. I'm trying to
Yeah,
think how we
there's
can
just a lot
test
to
this.
squash. There's a lot to squash.
You know, actually, Finn, we can test all of this stuff without having to even retrain. Like, I think that this is kind of the time where it seems to me like this type of stuff, it probably things aren't, it's not super clear, like where exactly things are breaking and why, and like what you can like specifically do to fix stuff. Um, that's my impression at least. Do you feel like you know, like, oh no, I know exactly what to try next to fix all the problems?
No, it's not super clear at all. I mean,
Yeah.
there are maybe like two things that it's like you can sort of mine the variance between high performing runs to
Mhm.
get like more consistent runs, but there's nothing clearly to bring the ceiling up.
So in that case, let me make some suggestions, because I think that the main thing is figuring out what the agent is and is not doing. And the best thing I can think of for that is like we can basically set up some scenarios, either with the mini hack or just if you have some level of control over NetHack, just with NetHack directly. Like, can we just get a level, right, with the agent in it, run it for a few steps so the RNN state is reasonable, and then if you just like spawn a specific enemy far away, does it change what it's doing? Does it change its action logics at all? If you spawn an item a couple rooms over, does it notice? Like, there are lots of things we can do essentially to test whether it's actually reacting correctly. And then we can do it to both long tail things where like it probably hasn't seen very many vampire lords, but maybe it doesn't know that that's a bad thing. Maybe it doesn't even know it's an enemy. But then if it sees, I don't know, what's like a common dangerous enemy early on? A couple of ants, maybe a couple of ants.
Yeah.
If you spawn that like a room over, it should like that should dramatically change the value function. That should change a lot of stuff, right? And if it doesn't, is it because it can't see? You know, if we put it in that 9x9 window, does it suddenly change? If we put it like one tile outside the 9x9, does it suddenly like drop off?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm just trying to think how we can get you like a tight dev loop again, where you can actually test this stuff. Because without that, I understand like research projects kind of they just tend to drag and start feeling pretty awful because it's not clear how to make progress.
Yeah, it does take a long time at the moment.
I've done that for years,
But
my guy. This is why I'm trying to
yeah.
avoid this. And basically you do this by finding ways that you can make progress that are like pretty straightforward and have a tight loop on them.
Yeah.
I think in this case, like the mech interp stuff would actually, I think that would work. Because I
Yeah,
like my
I think
main
so.
fear when I see custom encodings like this, like you obviously need custom encoders, but most of the errors are Okay, their reward space errors are pretty common, but most of the errors otherwise are because the model can't see something clearly. To give you an idea, right? The neural MMO bug we've just fixed now, we just got Soda with 1/1000th of the data after that fix.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I kind of
That's,
suspected that there was a bug. It's just funny, the env is still not solved yet, by the way. Not even close. But we did get Soda with a tiny amount of data. So I think that we should kind of rule out all instances of like the model can't see something that it very obviously should be able to see.
yeah, I agree. That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. Um, how hard is it to like add stuff into like a existing NetHack game? Like, is the structure of the game simple enough that you could just get Claude or Grok to like wire up you like a thing to just edit mobs into the game or whatever, edit things into the game at different spots?
Yeah, I don't think that should be too bad. And if that is bad, then Mini Hack does it
Mm-hmm.
somehow, so we can look at what they do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then that would be my recommendation. I would say would be the next stage for this, like the next thing for you to, if you want to make this thing way better, is going to be to see what it can and cannot see. Um, I think you want to ablate all the different things in the encoder and in the decoder based on that, not just randomly, not having to do a new training run every single time. We definitely want to start with a good depth config where you've watched a few games of the policy though, and you see it's mostly doing reasonable stuff. Um, so I would definitely want to have that. I think you can ablate from there based on those scenarios. And then you should have a simplicity bias. So, the goal should be to have the simplest or fastest way of encoding that matches perf and that, fixes those scenarios.
Yeah.
How do you identify what it can and cannot see without a bunch of training runs? So, Jess, if you take the agent in a scenario and you drop a monster next to it, does it massively just shift its action probs? Does it shift the value function? Does it react at all? State sets might be very useful there, Finn, so you can see what it does with and without, to be fair. If all the data is already in one big struct, that's literally one mem copy. I think you can probably get a lot of that stuff validated automatically as well.
Yeah.
For the means. Oops. What? Off. Oh, I was hoping we would get Genie. Oops. Let's get
Yeah,
rid of.
it would be interesting to see if you can like recover the location of the entrance and exit
Uh-huh.
from the hidden state or something like that. Because it's not obvious that it knows where it is at all times. Like sometimes it does just kind of wander around. Whether that be because it doesn't know where it is or because it just wants to wander for a bit, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. 1 second, let me just check one thing. Cool. Oops. Just checking on whether this depth run is done. I'd like to look at that
Yeah,
fast package as well. Was it fast NLE? Do you have the link?
yeah, so this is just like my vibe port.
Mm-hmm.
Let me grab it.
Well, it's not even a port. It's just like your optimizations on the original, right?
Yeah, it's very mild. So mostly it's like bin the Python, fix a ridiculous number of bugs in just like the environment, and then go from there. Let me DM this to you.
Mm-hmm. Just want to see how close this is to Is this just like C99 with a bunch of... Like, what's the build setup for this? So we have Python libc. Does this what does NetHack itself? Does this thing have dependencies?
Let me have a look. I kind of doubt it. Nothing heavy.
There's still Python here, but presumably... I'm just
Yeah, it won't
wondering,
be
because if it
active.
is just C99, like, we can build it for the web, and then we can put it on the website, which would be pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, we can definitely find a way to do that.
I mean, that would be really sweet, right?
I would be wounded if we couldn't get it on the website. Like,
The-
I will
How
find
much
a way.
code is it? It's not... It shouldn't... The binary shouldn't be that big, right?
I mean, it's a lot of lines of code. I think it's several 100,000, but
That couple megs, though, like...
yeah, it's not like ridiculous. It should be fine.
Apparently this did not work.
What's happening? Did the training run not work?
Yeah, it did very poorly.
Yeah, that'll be the same with score then. It'll just be some mismatch between like the new 5.0 and the 5C stuff.
Get it on a different page. Oh, it won't slow the main page regardless. It only loads it when you click it.
Yeah, I'll have to resweep probably if there's a couple of things that have changed. Yeah, that is not good. That's a Hyper's issue.
Yeah, you can get that thing reswept. I'll have it merged
What was the
on file.
prio in the config, I wonder?
Oh, that's another big one. We deleted prio, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because like if it was using it heavily, then
actually, let me see. I don't see prio at all on here. It was on default, potentially. But then Horizon, where's your Horizon? 128. So prio, the reason we could get rid of prio is it basically does nothing for long horizon. And all of the sweeps tend towards long horizon now.
Were they getting like 512? Because I saw the limit is still 512.
Typically,
Like,
it doesn't go that
1024
high.
okay.
Typically, we see 128 or 256.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Because the more recent sweeps have been tending towards, well, for NetHack, 512, and then the gamma like 0.999 like 7 or something, like super long horizon.
It's a little odd for NetHack for gamma to be that high, but not too crazy, I suppose.
Yeah, this is like mid sweep, but
I don't fully understand the advantage norm stuff yet, by the way. My thinking on that is essentially just Muon is absorbing it, though.
right.
Because it was computing advantage and then scaling it by mini batch anyways, which is bad. There probably is some sort of advantage norm thing to compensate for the squared loss, like magnitudes. But I think that the mini norm thing was not helping, and actually we got soda on mazes without it.
Right. Oh, that's good.
We've actually sodaed all the big Ms at this point. And we have 60 Ms now.
Yeah, the website's looking big now.
Yeah, all these ones. Like, some of these are very promising in my mind as well.
The only one thing on the website that I noticed it might have even been Sam that noticed this, but the GIF of the puffer has like a slightly different background to the website
it does.
background.
And I've never
And
been
I
able to
realize they're probably
re-export
doing
it either
now.
because it was like super old. So we have a new puffer
Yeah.
modeled. But the thing is, it's just slightly off. and it looks good in some ways, but it doesn't quite have the charm of the original, and I haven't been able to fix it.
Right, yeah.
And, like, we didn't even try to, like, make the puffer look different. We didn't wanna replace the puffer, we just wanted to get it remodeled to, like and slightly streamlined, so that we could add new animations to it. But in the process, like, something's slightly off, and it's just one of those really subtle art things where it's like you change one polygon and, "Oh, now it looks right." But, yeah.
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 Is the drone, like, frame rate working now? 'Cause I
I
remember
have it on
fixing
my
that
stream, you can tell me.
before. We wait for the delay. Yeah, I
When
still
I
can't see
change
it. I
when I
think the
press
delay's
tab,
too
it breaks it,
too
so
long.
apparently I broke one thing or another.
Yeah, that should be changing the
Yeah.
task.
So there's basically just a long tail of things to fix with all the envs. Um, I'm hopefully going to have my community just, like, tell me all the things broken.
Yeah. I mean, I can fix drone as well. That shouldn't
I'm
take too
sure
long.
that I broke just with integration.
Yeah.
Drone's cool, though. I had to, like, change stuff to have the single demo and, lots of things. Battle is not logging perf. Oops. This is another env that I made a while ago. I didn't quite finish it, as you can tell. It has, like, ground to ground, ground to air, air to ground. It has a lot of different things. Okay. Anything else to address with NetHack, Finn? Like, oh, let me read this real quick to see if there's anything in train log, nothing in PR. Just resweep, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a
I'll see if I
resweep.
can get a stable one
Yeah,
in
I'll
the next
push
couple of days.
everything in this and then we can resweep it.
Sounds good.
Mm.
But yeah, I think that's everything.
Yeah, I would just try to get yourself that nice tight loop on interpretability, and then, like, all the stuff where it's like even if you're playing and you'd say like, "Man, I typically do this." It's like, "Huh, I wonder if the agent does this." Like, you should be able to test that very quickly. Like, "Oh, I wonder what the
Yeah.
agent does with fountains. I don't know, let's put a fountain there." Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll give that a go.
If you can't actually get the thing to interact with stuff, you can cheat it into the observations. Though it would be much better if you can actually just get it into the game.
Yeah.
Gives you more
Yeah,
testing
yeah.
opportunities.
That's true, actually.
Okay. I think that's
All right.
basically the best advice I can give you for now. I mean, the NetHack looks awesome. I really do want to have some depth sweeps as default though, because the score stuff is very impressive versus auto ascend, but in my mind, like, just getting through more of the game is the really important benchmark. Because
Yeah,
that's not
I completely
farmable.
agree. I completely,
Yeah.
completely agree. The only thing that makes score like sticky, I guess, is that it is a good test of how resourceful the policy is. Like every time, like early, I mean, even up to like a week ago, when I was giving it like a new, trying to get it to do something new, like you
Hmm.
could immediately see in score, like okay, like it's learned something here. Whereas with
Okay.
depth, it would maybe just like rush down and not care about this new thing. But yeah, I completely agree.
It's
Depth is
very
like
possible that the depth
is the
config
way
is too
forward.
myopic. Um, my hope with depth config was like you're only going to be able to get so far down by rushing, and then you're
Yeah.
going to have to learn to taper and like slow down for some stuff. So yeah, I do see what you mean though. I see what you mean.
Yeah. We'll get there eventually,
Hmm.
for sure.
Presumably though, there is still going to be some overlap. Like if it's just not using wands correctly, or if it's not using jewelry, or if it doesn't know beatitudes, like presumably there should be some stuff that's improvable with depth. Though I could see it being much sparser and like small things you can't really track as well.
Yeah, that's the only difficulty. Yeah, I
Glitzy, you can
think
PR
there's
those,
lots of stuff to do.
like the fixes. Okay, I will push this stuff. So this will be ready for sweep. Hopefully I haven't giga broken anything. And 2 p.m. I will have some client stuff most likely later this week to deal with. I think I'm probably rest of today just gonna go through some of the more promising ends and see how much work it is to fix up various ones. Like I don't know, some of these M's are just really cool to me. Like this boss fight env. This was just a super basic env that insta solves that somebody submitted, but I could totally see a very like nice expansion of this to lots of different mechanics. This Affine lock env from Kinvert apparently is a pretty good test. We have this Ants env in here that like never got dealt with. That one's pretty cool. Could do end pendulum.
Yeah, bring back the 5 pendulums.
Yeah. Craft X and
That was fun.
Crafter, obviously, these need fixing, but we already have somebody doing this. Did you see this fish sim? Well, there'll be a blog post on this later in the week, but this is a
Is this
port of a fish.
the
Yeah, this is
electric
a fish
fish?
sim. These are fish getting food.
Yeah, that looked really cool.
Yeah, this is
That's really
actually
fun.
like a port of a different paper to Puffer, and it's way faster. How should we normalize score for perf? Perf, you're trying to put it between 0 and 1. Score can be whatever. Mhm.
Right, I'm gonna head out now, Joseph.
Thank you, Finn.
But yeah, thank you for the call.
Yep,
I think we've got some stuff to work on for
absolutely.
sure.
Yeah, and let me know if you get stuck anywhere, so see if I can help, all right? And use the
Yeah, we'll
boxes.
do.
Like, don't worry about the box. If you run out of credits, just let me know. I'll put more.
Yeah, we'll do.
All right,
Cool.
see ya.
Speak to you soon.
Yep,
See you in a bit.
that was fun. Yeah, Finn does great work. We have the 0 to 1. Usually, okay, first of all, let me adjust this so I'm no longer streaming Discord audio. Aware of 0 to 1, usually some normalization. Yes. Unless there's like a win rate or whatever. Any of the M's that are currently going above 1, that is considered a bug that needs to be fixed. Potentially infinite score in a game. Yeah. Hey, Spencer. Just chatted with Finn. I came up with some interesting and hopefully useful ideas for how to unblock some of the progress there. The NetHack's already going very well. I'm getting it merged in now. We have lots of Ns. There's still a little bit of testing to do for release. I didn't stream last night, but I did mess with the docs a little bit. I have this so far as the new cheat sheet. I did a little bit of work simplifying the commands. It's very simple now. I also updated this. I still need to update the build file or the tutorial. I guess the main question for the community is like, to you guys, what is the most important stuff that you want to see done before release? And if there isn't anything obvious at the very least, Spencer, we could also try to figure out any self-play changes that need to be made for it. There are a few M's I definitely want to see more done with, like this Ant's Env. Ron's cool for self. We have lots of cool self-play M's. This boss fight Env, I'm gonna look at the code and see if this looks vibe coded. But I think that like some expansion of this will be nice. Potentially. I gotta look at Convert's Affine Lock Env. There were a couple others on here that I was interested in as well. CraftX, obviously. More cleanup for Affine. I'll get that. Hang on, Convert. You don't really want to start sigmoiding stuff. We do need to rescale, though. A 3-liner to core. I already made that same one locally, Convert. But yeah, thanks. Puffer keeps getting bigger. Yeah, but funny enough, the code doesn't, right? I think the code's actually shorter in this version. Definitely if you're counting PyTorch, it's shorter. Alright, we'll check out Affine Lock since Convert is here as soon as I fix my 2FA. Oh, needs to charge for a minute. See you, CV. That's crazy. We do still have lots of these to check. Huh? Wait, what the hell? Oh, this is fine. This is fine. Okay. That's fine. That's in vendor. And that's just for Impulse Wars. Skill for perf. Can it just be battles 1 or something? Battles 1 versus the, is there any way to win versus the enemy AI? Hang on, let me get, let me see if my phone works. It's pretty funny, I have this minimal phone, and they made a new one that I don't plan on buying because it looks like they made it better. And I intentionally bought this phone because it sucks. It's a pain in the ass to use, and as a result, I now spend almost no time on my phone. No, it's literally a minimal phone. That's the name. I wouldn't mind like a better execution of the same thing. But I don't really like the direction that they took the new one in. we go. Weren't there these? Yeah, I mean, there are a few different ones, but like, it's very funny that like they say, "Oh yeah, we're not doing the thing that everyone else is." Yeah, it's like a minimal thing. Oh yeah, it's minimal and it has this and this because of course you want that, and it also has this and this because of course you need that. It's just like the fuck. Like everybody just does the same goddamn thing that everybody else is doing and pretends to be doing something different. Okay, let's take a look at a repo. Other than that one tiny thing. Hey, Kinvert, what's the score supposed to be? Score, perf? I don't know. Let's see. It says that score is... It says that they're the same. Zero 0.06. Okay. We'll play with that. Well, when you say it's nearly impossible, like, it has to at least be well-defined and stuff, right? Like, Sokoban is an instance where the upper bound is nutty. And fix this, and then we'll be good. Promoted on a loss. All right, I will see. I'll see with this end then. Huh? AMD support. Yeah, it's not worth it, unfortunately. It's kind of the same thing as metal. Where it's like we could do it, but it's not worth maintaining that. You can rent a 10-cent per hour NVIDIA GPU on Vast. If AMD decides to be the one that's actually shipping like good GPUs for this application that are affordable and not be a total mess, then maybe. But CUDA is also just really good. CUDA is really good. Okay, so it trains in a minute. Anything else look scuffed? Do the sweeps PRs for battle and drone? That would be very nice. Note that battle might actually need some real work. Like, it's possible that some of the plane models are messed up and stuff. Like the physics models. I don't think it's anything too difficult. Point LLM and it can add MGG. You can actually do that, but that doesn't mean that we want to maintain the code, right? So just because you can get something working quickly with an LLM doesn't mean that we want it upstreamed. Because it's like, it's a lot to maintain. Breakout solves in 5 seconds. Breakout solves in under 1 second on my 5090. Just to make it work locally, you can totally do that. If any users want to maintain like an AMD fork or whatever for the latest version, I'm fine with people doing that. But it just doesn't seem worth it for us to maintain. Note that I did not just delete like PyTorch with CPU support and replace it with nothing this version. We did replace the CPU thing with something. We replaced it with very, very good CPU evaluation that does not depend on Torch. So now you should be able to eval your model and watch it play on your laptop regardless of what it has, without needing Torch or any bullshit. Oh, hey Kinvert, you changed. Is it 0.06 with the new metric change that you introduced? Because according to this, it looks like it got reweighted. Before it was higher perf. Is this a long run though, or is this like the 60-second config that we have? Do you have config params for me? Do you have like a decent like 2-minute config or like a decent quick config that you can paste me real quick? Just drop it in Discord wherever. Uptime in Constellation is in seconds? Yes. So just like pick something that looks decent that's only going to take me a couple minutes to train. I just need some sort of non-trivial policy so I can look at your env and how it works. And ideally that I can repro. Bam. Thank you. Look at all these awesome. Oops, that's the binary. It does copy from Constellation, but it's fine. Better already. What's the expected score? Or perf or whatever? .04. Okay. 0.044. Let's see this. Ooh, this is cool. Hmm. I have no idea whether this approach in particular makes any sense, but things along this line are at least closer in my mind than humanoids are. It's just eval, right? Yep. AMD has an official converter, Hippify. I wouldn't be surprised it just works out of the box, Jess. We really aren't doing any like crazy fancy CUDA things. We're like doing pretty simple stuff. Okay. Whatever. It's just being slow. It's fine. I'm kind of tired today anyways. We'll we'll get the Affine going. I'm taking tomorrow, probably most of tomorrow off. Some rest. But we're pretty good on this release. A few M's are broken and such, but now I kind of want to figure out which of these M's are worth cleaning up. Or I mean, definitely Craft X. Oh, Asteroids I really liked as well. This actually has a good policy now. Like, it's kind of funny that this is the policy, but look at it. Oh, entities are just despawning, though. Look. It looks like entities just randomly despawn. And it's exploiting that. We have to fix this. So many of these types of problems. Yeah, but this thing is very agile. This is like the typical, like, RL just has perfect control stuff that you expect. That did take a custom encoder. Alright. Exploits and bugs. Yeah, Puffer smart. This is why it's cool, man, right? It's like a very different type of narrow intelligence from what is out there. Very well could be, Jess. It's pretty easy to try out our actual entity encoder, though, if you want to see. Our encoder's pretty good. Puff steps per second is 2. That flag shouldn't even exist. Damn it. Also, what is wrong with this thing that it's so slow all of a sudden? Did they change it? I think I did fix the eval render thing, Jess, yes. Buffer eval latest. I need to fix the speed that it's rendering this specific NVAT. I cleaned up the CLI a little bit, and we have locally here, I still have to push these. We have a new cheat sheet reference, so it's just build sh-env, puffer train, puffer eval, puffer sweep, build sh-env CPU, env latest, or your path. So here are examples, and there's some extra flags. I was able to win at depth too. So that's what I'm about to figure out, Kinvert, is like how this thing works. Dude, why is this thing so stupidly slow? What is this doing? Waiting for a response? Dude, we just need to have the stupid models locally. Action shift left, hang on. So how do you take control of this first? Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. So we reset with R. R does not reset. Okay, so step 0 of 2. So current and target. Oh, I see what this is. Shift left, shift right, invert. Huh. Okay. Reverse byte. How does this thing work? Reverse. Oh, okay, I see. Wait, how is perf calculated, convert? I think your scoring seems weird, because this is getting depth 6. Okay. I would think score would just be like the number of levels solved, and then perf would be like that over the max or something. This is cool though. Let's see what the obs are. What is this? So this is always doable because it's like it's fully observable and you know exactly everything. Was Randar not fast enough for you? Interesting. a nice short env now at this point. What's this? Well, there's another 270 lines here. Wait, visible targets.bin? What is this? Is this like a fixed set of levels or something? Can you BFS it, though? I would think you can't BFS it, because isn't it like a, doesn't it get gigantic at depth 16 or whatever? Isn't that the point? In the generator? Yeah, but can you... I'm asking, is it fast enough to even do that in the generator? Interesting. Well, here, compute. Let's see what this is. Can you explain this? Wait, obs of I. Obs of... You only have 2 channels here. 2 channels for state and 2 channels for target? Hang on. You have 8, but there's 16 things. And then there's 1, 2, 3... There are 4 states. There are 4 states, though. Hang on, convert. I want to make sure that this is not hard because the thing can't see. This is pathetic. Grok just does not work. Cool. Model just doesn't respond. So, that's useless. See, this is the annoying thing about doing stuff with models, right? Because now the author of this doesn't know what the fuck is happening, and I can't even use this for explanation. The state is 4 bytes. The target is 4 bytes. So why would it be the low bit and the high bit? I still don't understand what the hell this is. Low byte and high byte. But look. Okay, wait. The low byte, high byte. So wait, what obs is it getting for this? But I see 4 states. I see 4 states. Or is it 2 states? Is it not like, what does the red do? No, surely there are 4 states, right? Red is mismatches. Why is why does it show mismatch on the target then? Oh, okay, that's visually kind of screwy, dude. Okay. That's kind of screwy to have it that way. Hang on. This is obviously not the right way to do it, but is this not easier? You can win that one? Okay, what do I do? Do I just have to flip the top byte or something? How do I invert the right byte? Two is Shift R? Well, it doesn't actually show you because it resets. Okay, we'll fix the render speed and stuff as well, but that's interesting. Okay, I can do stuff with this env. I understand enough. Let's do this real quick. This should not be the template environment. No. Nope. This is no longer. I love being able to simplify our docs. And it's like, hey, you should be adding info to the docs. But basically, anything that needs clarification, I've just removed because, the best clarification is no clarification needed. Just cleaning up a couple docs. Since I may as well. It's actually one of the things that makes me this is one of the things that makes me excited about this release is the amount of crap I get to delete. Like, oh yeah, you have to do this thing to make this work cleanly. I just don't have any of that anymore. It's just like, nope, it's simple, it works. There are no like, oh, it's simple if you do this, if you do that. I love being able to delete this. I think you need insight. That's just profiling. Okay. That looks good. I love that that's actually like most of the documentation work if you think about it, right? Just kind of do this. Man, I used to fret over the dock so much, but now it's so much easier. Just like the lack of crap everywhere. Just, I don't need to have a ton of stuff because there's just not a ton of crap to document, you know? We need the 4.0 blog on here, obviously, before release. Nice. Okay. Nope, you'd still need the dash dash GPU flag. I thought about it. Or it's actually dash dash Q dash dash CU now, thank you. I'm still playing around with the final flags. I know it annoys the crap out of everybody who's like, used to the ones from dev, but I do end up having to like every release reassess what is the simplest possible set of flags. And we'll take simplicity over backwards consistency every time. Gonna save all this stuff. Where's Nope. Man, how the hell does this ship break? Okay, there it goes. Okay. Some small things to fix, but generally I'm happy with this. There's a bunch of little usability things, I'm sure. Pufferfish to fix, Constellation. But I mean, overall, we are pretty good. Let me think if there's anything exciting that we can do for the rest of today on this. Anything that would really help with our release. Let me message Spencer to ask if there's anything on self-play that he needs. Affin Lock. I don't really understand the code, man. It's a lot of bit logic. And it's also, I don't understand, I guess it's split into 2 files because of the pre-gen stuff, which I guess is okay. I think we mainly are just gonna want to, rerun a sweep on the latest 5.0. See how it scales there. And then I'm gonna need that data for Constellation right before release. On the late, like, whatever the final version of the release is. I basically am just gonna need some time as well to, like, play with it and see how that thing scales. And it could very well become... I'll probably mark it silver as well. And then after a while, like, this could very well become one of the most important benchmarkers. Could become a very useful benchmark. I was looking for a very nice synthetic env, and this is pretty good. I don't like that it's sort of difficult to intuit, is the one thing. So it's a nice synthetic env. It's a little hard to intuit. I think that's the main limitation. installation data. It's just all the experiment.json files, man. Is what it is. Or what is it? I don't know if they're... I think they might be ini files now, actually. All the ini files. Masks extras is 20. I actually, before I do it with this, I really should, let me check if this just is a really high quality env code. Because I don't want to use this if the env code is very high quality. If the env code is like medium-ish quality, I'm fine with doing that. Pretty decent. Hmm. It's like decent. How long is this? Does still seem long. Well, if this is obviously bad, I just won't take this. There's 1,000 subs on that. That's funny. That's cool. The code length is the same. Same length. We'll see whether that fixes. I would like to have a new arcade game. I'll be right back. Maybe Space Invaders as well, though that one's probably easier. See? Full rollout per frame, I see. That should not happen. Does it even have to move? I think it did. Rapid shooting mechanic. Well, it just might not be implemented correctly, right? That looks more reasonable. Wait, what? Oh, wait, what the fuck? You can just spam bullets. Like in the original. Wait, how is this hard if you can just spam bullets? Well, okay, I can't aim. Okay. Is this how it works? Is this actually the accurate one? I mean, you do kind of just steamroll it otherwise. Hey, man. Sleepy. Asteroids was supposed to be like a tough end. Okay, this is at least more interesting the way it's playing. Okay. Well, okay. Can't shoot very far. Interesting. It looks cooler for sure. Controller was harder to spam. Hmm. Well, the control is also very difficult. Interesting. Wait, what? If you go across, what happens? Yeah, our bullet lifetime's way too screwy. Oh, and they just snipe you, huh? That's funny. Okay. That's a good little project for somebody to figure out, I suppose. I'm fine with that for now. There's not like a really obvious trivial way to make this one work because the original game is screwy. That's fine. Is Space Invaders actually hard for an AI? Like, this policy is, oh, it can't see bullets. Space Invaders have levels. I mean, surely this one is just insta-solved, right? With correct setup. It leaves, like, craft decks and stuff for the most part. Alright. I think I'm kind of fine with that for now. Yeah, these are alone are good, I think. Okay. It's 354. I do have a little bit of time. I'm trying to think, is there anything else major we can clean up or improve? This panel we know will have to change. This one looks very cool to me. Mm-mm. Hmm. Perf is defined wrong for this. Alright. I mean, we do have lots of little things to fix, it seems, still on the ends. We can fix double pendulum at least. Yeah, idiot thing. This is not the reward that I never specified this reward in any way. Immediately, you see this stupid thing. You see it's way harder now. Mm-hmm. It goes up, but it's tough. What am I up to? Playing with a couple of the M's that are kind of broken, that have some potential. That's pretty funny. That actually should not give it good reward, though, should it? Yeah, there's something wrong here. Max? Why would you make it 0? That's hilarious. Look, it just introduced this. This is how you can tell these models are so dumb. I mean, I did literally tell them the reward function to use. Well, it wasn't working because the reward was fucking stupid. Let's see if this does it. It probably will need a retune. That seems weird to me. Oh, I see it. This is not handholdy reward shaping. This is just the environment being set up stupid. The reward I have is literally just delta height. Not really interested in LMRL stuff. It's really shitty and inefficient. You can't really do anything meaningful without a stupid amount of money in compute. And then even then, you're kind of just stuck to running really dumb algorithms on as much data as you can scrape. Oops, I didn't train it. Better. No, it's just swinging, isn't it? It might be swinging. I think it's probably just swinging. Okay, so why is it doing this? Because it starts at the bottom? It's definitely possible to over-engineer your rewards. Yep. Probably reward farm from end of episode. It's just 50 mil. Height at timeout. Well, I guess it might know the timeout, huh? Oh, let me see. This is me trying to do something with it, which I obviously can't. And it just spins like crazy, obviously, once you lose control of it. Why, it's a double pendulum. Controls are very floaty as well. I have no idea whether this version is even solvable, right? Yeah, it's completely undoable for a person. Well, I really don't have the energy to be doing this at the moment. I think having like an end pendulum version would be fun though. I suspect this particular env is not set up correctly. Yeah, you can look into it, Crit. Um, you got it to work? Yeah, by all means then. Mm-mm. I definitely need to think about our template env. I can do that for a second. Hang on. New template env. No. I think that's it, guys. I got time, but I'm just out of juice today. I kind of did a whole bunch of stuff over the weekend on dev, and I'm sort of just out of juice. Do we have our build stable? Oh, that's at least one thing that we should look at, right? Let's at least make sure that we have the eval render thing stable. Yeah, we don't have the frame skip loop in, but other than that, this is fine. I'm happy. I think I call it there. I think I call it there for the day. Thanks for tuning in, folks. I think I'm probably gonna take tomorrow off because I didn't take any time off this weekend. Recuperate, get some exercise in, and the like. And then we'll spend the rest of this week polishing up release, testing anything that needs testing, maybe writing some of the articles. I'll start thinking about that a little bit as well. And yeah, we will go from there. Try the puffer on GitHub.